Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. This week we'll be working on another typeset. It's another one that I put together. It includes Russia from the 1920s, which is the start of the Soviet Empire. Back then it was called the RSFSR. Which lasted for a couple of years. Then the USSR in 1924 came to be, and the coins will proceed through the older Soviet Union, the newer Soviet Union after the 60s, up to the fall of the Soviet Empire in 93. And then through the Russian Federation up to present. So let me get the camera angle changed as usual, and we'll go through the book. We'll be back in a bit. So after World War I, Russia started going into turmoil, and the economy started to tank. Then came the Russian Revolution of 1917, and Nicholas II, which was a grandson of Queen Victoria, he was forced to abdicate, and pretty much the fall of the Romanov Empire. And after that time, a new provisional government, later on with Lenin, was formed in the Russian Soviet Union. In the beginning, let me turn the page. In the beginning of the Soviet Empire was the Russian Soviet Federative Socialist Republic, which pretty much started about 1920 and ended about 1923. In 1920, they had coinage produced, the 10, the 15, the 20, and the 50 kopecks and the 1 ruble. As you can see, the design back then, they started with the sickle and the hammer, and Russia was the main country back then. And I'll tell you that because later on, when the Soviet Union formed under the Stalin era, you start to see ribbon coiling around the wreath. And you see here where it says 7 orbits. The ribbon circles the wreath 7 times, representing the 7 countries in the Soviet Union. Stalin's era began about 1924 and lasted till about 1953 or somewhere around there. So during his time, you had the 1 kopeck. And you see the orbits increasing on the wreath when they picked up more and more countries. Pretty well by the time Stalin got out, there were 16 countries in the Soviet Union. And then the denomination went up to 2 kopecks. Again, they follow the same pattern with the orbits of the ribbon around the wreath. And 1957 is when this coinage ended. This was this end of the Stalin era, pretty much. We were getting into the Khrushchev era afterwards. And when we get there, I'll explain about the Khrushchev era. But as you see, 2 kopecks. In 1957, I apologize. 1957 was a 1-year type. This was the last of the coinage, and if you notice, they dropped a country at that time. It went from 16 orbits to 15 orbits. And it's said that the piece of ribbon that crosses the bottom is actually Russia, while the other ribbons are representative of the other countries. So that ribbon on the bottom is still represented as one of the orbits. I think this is the 7, it's a 7, 7, and then the 1. Then you go to 3 kopecks. Alright, let me change the page real quick. Alright, we'll give a quick view of the reverse of all the coins. Then we go to the I'm missing one coin right there. This is still the Stalin era. We're going through the 3 kopecks, then the 5 kopecks. Then the 10 kopecks, and as you see, they started off as silver and went to a copper nickel. Change the page again, one moment. Then the 15 kopecks. Again, in 1957, the 1-year type with the 15 orbits. Going into the 20 kopecks. And then the 1-year type 50 kopek in 1924. And also the 1-year type 1 ruble. As you can see, the 7 orbits around the wreath representing the 7 countries that are part of the Soviet Union at that time. Then we go into the Khrushchev area. During that time, it was called the de-Stalinization of the Soviet Union. Under Stalin, the Soviet Union was a stiff country, literally would not go and talk to anybody. They're almost like North Korea is now. But after Stalin passed and Khrushchev came in, they lackened a lot of their distrust and stuff in the world, but they still had a lot of the Kremlin set of mind, the Stalin set of mind during that time. But they loosened up, they went out and started talking to countries and stuff. So you see in 61, the 1, the 2, the 3, the 5, the 10, the 15, the 20, the 50, and the 1 ruble. They had the 1 ruble from 61 to 91. All these were the coinage from 61 to 91. And they also had commemorative coinage, which I made sure to grab a few. There was the 20th anniversary of the victory over Germany in World War II. Let me change the page. Showing the reverse of the coins now. And we go to a couple more commemoratives. The 50th anniversary of the October Revolution in 1917 that started the Soviet Empire. 20th anniversary of the victory in the Great Pacific War in 1955. Or I apologize, 1945, the 30th anniversary in 1975. And then you had the one-year type of the Russian coins. This was the fall of the Soviet Union going into the Russian Republic. These coins were issued by the Soviet Union government bank. You had the 10, the 50 kopeck, the 1 ruble, the 5 ruble, the 10, and then also another one-year type in 1967. They had the 50th anniversary of the October Revolution. This set I accidentally put a little bit of out of order. But as you see, all the coins commemorate the Russian Revolution in 1917. The 20 kopeck, the 50 kopeck, and the 1 ruble. Then we go to 92. 1992 was the first coinage for the Russian Revolution. These were just only 1 year and 2 year type coins, which were pretty well used until 1997. So they just put these out for 1 year and used them for 5 years. They did do a 93 set. Right here. I also have a mint set in the back of the book. So we'll look at that in a moment. But they, after that, in 1997, they came out with the coinage that would last up to date. I believe this one in 2017, they just changed the metal composition. So let me change it. Alright, so we're on the last page of the circulating coinage. You saw the 1 kopeck, here's the 5, the 10. Alright, so the 10 in 2006 changed metal composition to from brass to brass clad steel. And as you can see, 1997 to 2006, and then 2006 to 2015. Then your 50 went through the same thing. And your 1 ruble. As you see, 1 ruble went through 3 different changes. Actually, 4 up to date. 2016 to date was the 1 ruble. Then you had your 2 ruble that went through 3 different changes in the 4 different coins. Same with the 5. 5 also had contemporaries. Or I should say commemoratives. Same with the 10 ruble, they had commemoratives up to about 2015. 2016, they came out with the 1 coin that would stick throughout the present. Go and change page. Going back when I talked about the mint set for the 1993 series, you had your 100 ruble, you had your 10, 20, and then the 50 had 2 different types. You had metallic and magnetic and non-magnetic coin. and showing the reverse of the coins. And then you had your commemorative 10 rubles. We're kind of looking from 2010. Sorry, let me get a little closer there so you can see them. I'm not going to go through what each one represented. I believe most of them represented a different country in the old Soviet Union. So as you can see, they started in 2010. Let me change page. Pretty much all the reverses look just like this. Again, they started in 2010, went through about 2018. That's the end of those. All right, on this page, I have a lot of coins that didn't make it in the collection. You have your 1980 Olympics of volleyball and 1980 Olympics weightlifting. These are 10 rubles made out of silver, and these were the NIFCs. Right here is a 1764 5 kopecks. This is a very beefy coin, literally. It's about 3 times as thick as our 1 cent, and I would say it's much larger round than a silver dollar. And then you go into your Russian wire money. With the Russian collection, I believe wire money should be a mandatory to put in there. Another token. Not sure. It's the Electric Exhibition in the World Fair during 1886 or between 85 and 86 there. Going into a half kopek from the 1800s. This is during the Romanov era, another half kopek. Going into the 1 and the 2 kopecks. And then the 3 kopecks. 10 kopecks. This was made out of silver, 50%. Another 10 kopek, 15 kopecks. And a 20 kopecks. Let me change page and I'll be right back. Alright, continuing on. Usually when I do typesets, I end up with some currency, and I'll end up throwing these in there. This is from the Romanov era. This is a 10 rubles. With comparison to the size, you see a US dollar here, a modern small dollar. And the comparison size with these are vertical bills. Let me change the page. As you can see, the reverse of these bills, they are very colorful, very intricate in design. Actually, a very beautiful bill. And then let me flip the phone and you can show the rest of these. As you can see, a 5 kopeck, another vertical bill. And then the 2 kopeck, I believe. No, it's 3 ruble. I keep saying kopecks. These are rubles. 5 rubles, 3 rubles, and then 1 ruble. And again, with the colorful designs, I mean, very beautiful bills. Compared with a single dollar bill. As we show the reverse of the bills, wrapping up this collection, here's the 5 ruble, the 3 ruble, the 1 ruble. Again, very colorful, very intricate, very beautiful bills. And then the more modern bills, 200 ruble under linen. And then the soccer championship, the 100 ruble, it's a polymer bill. And then postage stamps. She's using the card to cover and phone number there. I want to say it's a 1 and a 10, 1 and a 10 ruble, a 50, and 2 100 rubles. It literally cost this person 261 rubles to deliver this to the United States. So again, I hope y'all enjoy the collection. Thanks for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you're not. If you haven't yet, please subscribe and go comment on my 500 subscriber giveaway video to be entered for the 2 Morgans. So until next time, enjoy your week, enjoy your weekend, and just have a great time. See ya.